Hello Techie, welcome back to my YouTube channel TekSolutions. I want to teach you the Python as fast a way as possible and more practical way. Now before we get started, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification by clicking on the bell icon. Today I am going to cover two topics. One is the casting, how we are going to cast one variable. We have one data type to another data types, and second one is the Python booleans that will becomes true and false. Okay, casting and boolean type. Okay, we'll start with casting only. There may be many times when you want to specify a type onto a variable. This can be done with casting. Python is an object-oriented language, and such it uses classes to define data types. Included is primitive types. Okay, casting is Python is therefore done using constructor function. In the casting, basically how we are going to do using construction for integer. One is the casting that we can show you. Float is another one, and third one is the string. Okay, we'll go one by one. Okay, in the integer basically we have constructs an integer number from a integer literal, a float literal by rounding down to the previous whole number, or a string literal providing the string represents a whole number. Okay, just like example I will show you. Integer just like x equal to integer convert to 1, it will come as 1 only. Print x. Okay, now go with float just like 2.8. we can check just like a type of what is t. Print type of t, that will be okay y. So I use t. Type of y, it will be float, right? If you are going to convert this float to integer, then type will be integer, not float. Okay, how we are going to convert that? In the same way, print x integer of y, it will return 2. Okay, because now it's converted to integer. Y is float, we are trying to convert to integer, and then when you are going to print, it will print integer only. Okay, if you see just like a z is equal to integer y and check the type of z, then it will be integer. Print of type of z. Okay, this will be integer. Okay, and here it will be float. Okay, now we will go with string. How we are going to convert a string to an integer, just like s equal to triple quote 3 and print. Okay, we'll check type first. Print of type of x. Okay, this will be a string. Now we are going to convert to a string to integer. Print okay z equal to integer and then x. Okay, and print of first we'll check type z. Okay, now it's convert to string to integer, and if I'm going to print z, then it will be 3. Okay, this is basically integer constructor. Now we will go with float. Float basically construct a float number from an integer literal. A float literal or string literal, basically that will provide the string representation, a float or integer. Okay, let's go with example. X equal to float 1. Okay, it will come as a 1.0. Print of x. Okay, because x, if you're going to say s, 1 is an integer. Now we are going to convert a float, and then if you are going to print of x, then it's come as a float because we are converting integer here to a float. Let's go with another example. If you have float, then it will be float only. It's like a float 2.8. Okay, then it will be float only. Print of y 2.8 only. Okay, if you are going to use a string and convert to float, print of z, it will return 3.0. okay, let's go with another example. Same as a string, works float 3.8 and print of ox 3.8. okay, but if you are going to convert that is not as a string, that not as a float, and passing as a string and try to convert to float, then it will give an error. Let's show it what I'm trying to say it here. Just like example temp, and if you are going to call to float, just like a TekSolution, okay, then it will give an error because could not convert the string to a float. When you are going to make sure, when you are going to convert to any values to a particular data type, it should be same as a float, integer, or anything. If you are going to convert as a string, just like a TekSolution, then TekSolution is not as a float, right? And then when you are going to convert that is not a float and convert to float, then it will give a error. Okay, just like a, so another example. If you are going to convert float and 1j, okay, that 1j is basically complex data type. If you are going to convert, you can't convert it because cannot convert complex to a float, right? Okay, I think so this is clear now. Now we'll go with string. A string basically constructs a string from a wide variety of data types, including string, integer, literals, and float literals. Okay, let's go with an example, then it will understand better way. S equal to str and then convert to s1 is good. Print of x, then it will be s1 only. Okay, you can convert a string to a integer to a string also. Print of, first go with type of y, you will get a string. Now print of y, you will get string on it. This is string, not as integer. Okay, because if you see it here, type of y is string, not an integer. Okay, now go with float. Just like example y equal to 3.0. First we will show you type of y. It will return float, right? Now if you are going to convert with a string, just like z equal to str y, and if you are going to print type of z, then it will return as a string only. Now we will show with z. Okay, we are going to convert 3, right? stry, and this 3 is not as a float, this is a string. Okay, if you say print type of z is a string, not as a float or integer. Okay, now this is, I think so, clear all the casting type. Then we will learn only 3 constructor type that we are going to convert. Integer, one is, second one is the float, and third one is a string. Okay, we have 3 constructors that we are going to use as a casting to another data types. Okay, this is very useful. Okay, now we will go with Boolean. Basically Python Booleans represents one of 2 values, if you know, right? This is basically either Boolean, okay, that will return as it is a true or false. We have only 2 values, the true or false. Okay, in programming you often need to know if an expression is true or false. Okay, you can evaluate any expression in Python and get one of the 2 answers, either true or false. when we are going to compare two values and the expression is evaluated and Python returns the Boolean answer. Okay, just an example is just if print 10 is greater than 9, right? It's true, right? It will return true. Print 10 equal 9. This is false, right? It will return false. Print 10 less than equal to 9. It will return also false, right? When you run a condition, even if any statement, right? Python return true or false. Let's go with example a equal to 200. I will cover if else other condition while loop in another video. I am just giving a Boolean example here. If b is greater than a and print b is greater than a, enter. What does mean it here? If b is greater than 33, right? 33 is not greater than 200, right? It will not go to this one, right? I'm just giving example here. If 33, because 33 is not greater to 200, right? Then means it is false. If it's false, then it will not go to here. Okay, it will just another condition. If you remember, we have else condition. If this condition will be true, then print this, else print this one. That's just example. Okay, if this will be false, it will return the same, true and false. If true, then it will go to this one, else it will go to this one. Okay. Now I will show you Boolean. Boolean basically is bool functions. Allows you to evaluate any value and give you true and false in return. Okay, we have Boolean function BOOL. Just like a given example, print bool, print hello Python. It will return true only. Okay, same like example Boolean 15. It will return true only. Okay. Most values in if you're going to calculate, it will be written true only. Almost any values evaluated to true if it has some extent sort of content, right? Any string is true except empty string. Okay, what does it mean? If I'm going to print Boolean with empty string, it will return false. Okay, other than this one, any string if you are going to put it here, that will return true only. Just an example, print Boolean Python, it will return true only. Other than empty string, it will always return as true. Okay, any number is true except 0. Print of Boolean of 0, it will return false. Other than 0, it will always return true, even in the -10 also. Okay, print of Boolean and it will return true only. Okay, and list, tuple, set and display all return true except empty ones. Just like if you are going to print Boolean with Apple, Python, TekSolutions, it will return true only. Okay, now I think so this is clear now. In fact, there are not many values are evaluated to false except empty values such as, I will show you, parenthesis, this one, curly braces, empty strings, 0 and value none also, and of course false. If these values come, it will return always false, Boolean value. Empty string, parenthesis, curly braces, that's basically as a list, dictionaries, anything that will be empty, it will return false. Okay, I will show you example here. If a Boolean of false, what it will return? False. Okay, Boolean of none, what it will return? False. Boolean of 0, what it will return? 0, false. Boolean of interest, it will return false. Boolean of, it will return false. Boolean of curly braces, it will return false. Okay, and even Boolean of this open parenthesis close will return false also. Okay, this all values are going to return false only. Okay, I think so this is clear, even the casting and Boolean variables, right? Now if you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit the subscribe button before you go. Thank you so much for watching my video. So if you want to watch my video in future, just subscribe in below bell icon. He will notify you when my new video will come. And please don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much.